This is Age of Armageddon number 2, but it's not really Age of Armageddon. It is Age of Wolfman number 2. This is a well done series that has been mixed from some poor ingredients. I do like this series, but I couldn't really recommend it to anyone. I looked at the first issue just over a month ago and I explained all the things I think didn't make this a very appealing series. But with this issue, I will be focusing more on the positives, even though it does present another big negative, which is we have characters like Cyclist, who is on the cover here. Cyclist, he has been resurrected from the dead, and now his character arc is tossed out the window, and he is evil. He is blindly loyal to Wolfman and Wolfman's regime. The cast is one of the strengths of the book. I spoke briefly about them last time. We kick off with the whore, and I didn't like her, but this issue features the best scene that anyone has ever written with this character. We also have Saberclaw, who I like, but he's not really in it. He's more of a background presence. Peter Dinklage, likewise. The real star of the book is Rev Hood, very good character. He leads an unlikely but distinct group of heroes, which are made up of characters who are nominally villains or who would be antagonists in the mainstream Marvel universe, but in this different situation, they are painted as heroes. We have Friend. She is a new character, but she is Peter Dinklage's daughter. We have Deadshot, another new character. She is the sister of a minor baddie from New Excellent Men. Saberclaw's son, Creed Braxton. Good Tights. He is one of the original Bondage Club guys. Very interesting in this one. Then we have some reporter guy who is barely even in the series. I don't know why they keep listing them on the cast. There is a small refuge for humans. They are living under the ground in Vegas, and Peter Dinklage, he is like the mayor of this small resistance, because there is always a resistance. And it might confuse you, because Peter Dinklage, he is on stilts for this entire series, and they didn't address it. One of our little subplots is that the Ore, she has lost her powers. She has been robbed of her mutant abilities. As Saberclaw, they were taken away, and now they are the only two muties left who are not aligned with Wolfman. Everyone else has been killed or converted. So, as far as depressing, dystopian, hopeless worlds gone, this one is pretty extreme. I would have killed myself long before it got to this point. So then we get to the real action. Rev Hood and his band of rebels, they have discovered one of Wolfman's secret safe houses. And the big shock is that inside they found Cyclist. And Cyclist, he is alive again, and they are being confronted with him. And some fighting breaks out, and this is really good at selling these new characters. Rev Hood, Deadshot, the rest of the team. And not only do I think these newbies are all interesting, but they are each cool. They are just as exciting individually as they are together. They all have their own foibles, like Creed Braxton down here. He has a drinking problem and a pocket full of daddy issues. There is a whole issue all about Deadshot and her backstory. It's only really Friend and Good Tights. Them two didn't get the most page time. Friend especially. But in my eyes, these were like the last gasp of new characters from Marvel that I actually bothered to invest in somewhat. I thought they were all good, and my punishment for bothering to care was that they are all killed off in an Excellent Men story. They all die useless deaths, almost all off panel. So Cyclist and Wolfman's foot soldiers, they managed to catch Deadshot, but at the same time, Friend, she hides away in a chest of drawers. And this little bit with her hiding is pretty much a big plot line in this series. She hides in a drawer. She's eventually able to free Deadshot later on. We have some stuff here with our central nemesis, Wolfman. And I think Wolfman in general usually makes for a good villain. He tends to work well as a villain. But I just didn't know if anyone buying an Age of Armageddon book, or anyone who liked the original Age of Armageddon story, was after an Age of Armageddon series which ignores most of the continuity and replaces Armageddon with Wolfman. As I said before, with this series, with this story, didn't look at this as a direct continuation of Age of Armageddon. Just squint your eyes and pretend it is like a neighbouring reality that has a similar setup and similar looking characters, but that is why none of the backstory or the original character arcs remain consistent. Now we have the best scene of the entire series. They are testing out the whore and seeing if, without her muty powers, she is of any use on the battlefield as like a soldier. And a bloke in a wheelie chair, well, he throws a teacup at her and it twats her straight in the head, and she falls over as he says she is pretty useless. 7 thumbs up. Must read comic. 7 thumbs up.